Big Blue Nation filing in the Rupp Arena, ready to watch the Cats take on the Texas Longhorns, riding a 3-game win streak. Has won 3 in a row, mounting double-digit comebacks in all 3. Less than 10 to shoot. Here's the SEC preseason player of the year. And Owe is good with his first jumper.
That's a great job right there. Otega Owe taking advantage of Bocatitis in that drop coverage.
Area where both teams have excelled this year. In the open court, running fast break offense, both among the top 15 in the country in that category, as Aberdeen's floater is good.
It'd be a premium. I'm getting back in defensive transition, but which team can execute in the half-court set?
No, and the tap out to Tremont Mark. Volkatitis might have had that tipped by Moreno. Yelovich the other way. Euro lays it in.
That's outstanding end-to-end action, and it started with the effort of Malachi Moreno.
Opening half. Otega Owe. Well, it looked like he was crossed up on whether or not to shoot it or float it to his teammate. Mo Diabate says, I'll clean that up. And he has a chance at 3.
Well, that's what Mo Diabate from Alabama to do a lot of the dirty work. And you see him getting after it with the activity, physical down low, and the extra effort to muscle that one up. And now the and one opportunity. You're going to see him staying back in drop coverage, trying to protect the rim. If you're Kentucky, you have to make the adjustment to understand the shots will be available in the mid-range.
Kentucky just 1 for its last 8 from the floor. Owe stops a 6-0 Texas run.
And there you see Otega Owe taking advantage. They come off that screen roll, and he does a tremendous job of snaking it as Volkatitis stays back. And it knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Great play by Owe. Watch out. He has been so good, particularly in SEC play, at jumping passing lanes.
Owe always with the active hands, relentless running through the pass. And he's taken off. The beautiful dunk. Kentucky up early.
Texas A&M over the weekend tied at the half. They were down by 10 after the first 4 minutes of that second half.
Well, he's a player that you can see he takes a cerebral approach just on that last effort. You're able to see Cam Williams taking advantage of the defense. Well, you see the defense is sinking in right there. And Cam Williams.
Pope defended by Aberdeen. Step back fadeaway. Volkatitis sent away by Moreno, and the 2 big men getting into it in the paint. Loose ball corralled by Aberdeen, and the fans loving that effort by their freshman big man. Away with the hammer! Upstairs! Hello!
To do with these 2 players are going at it, but it's Otega Owe. Say, I'm going to take it into my own hands and go up top over the big fella. Beautiful display of athleticism by Otega, finishing the block into the whistle.
Was the freshman of the year in the American Conference last year at Florida Atlantic. Owe probing, creating space. He is silky with the basketball, and he's now in double figures with 10.
Well, he's reading this defense magnificently. He understands when he comes into the paint that if he can do that snake dribble, then he'll have plenty of time to operate.
Great strip. Colin Chandler in the front court. Another pick 6 for the Cats defense.
Already in this game, and this time it's Colin Chandler getting out on the fast break, going upbound.
Moreno looking to give it up. Chandler back to Moreno with 10 to shoot. Here's Aberdeen. Tries a 3 and hits. Now they're going to count it a deep 2. Foot was on the line for the Florida transfer. Pope steps into a 3. Texas 0 for 7 from distance.
Not a lot of balance there.
Moreno with the run-out jam. And a timeout taken by Sean Miller.
Excellent job by Kentucky. Did a tremendous job of getting back in defensive transition. A head up and an on-target pass by Chandler. And Malachi Moreno out running and finishing.
This was one area of the game that we wondered, Richard, ahead of time, who would win the battle? What would you do?
My best. That's exactly what I would do. Because, you know,
I don't think somebody as tall as you could get on those uneven bars. Your legs would hit the other bar. Aberdeen hits a three, his second. And that stops a 7-0 Texas run. This three-point lead, the largest of the night for Texas. Aberdeen corner three. Moreno, offensive rebound, counted in the foul. 7-foot freshman, flexing his physicality in the paint.
He gets that switch and mismatch. You got the big man, Malachi Moreno, there on the guard fighting for the offensive rebound. Decisive drive by Kendall Weaver. As soon as he gets it, he puts his head down and drives baseline. That created it.
Shot clock turned off. Aberdeen pops in the lane, drops it down to beat the buzzer. What an exciting opening 20 minutes from Lexington between two teams that have won a combined 5 out of the last 6 games. Win streak for Kentucky. In fact, 18 of his 22 on Saturday at Tennessee came in the second 20 minutes. Cam Williams gets the second half started with a pull-up jumper.
That was a calming shot as he had a lot of poise. Definitely excited about that, but you're trying to see how this Wildcat squad is going to finish in a physical game.
That's a great finish to that possession by Moreno. A block of Vokatitis. Away the other way, set back, but they will count it. A goaltend on the 7-foot sophomore from Lithuania.
Kentucky here in the second half. And there you see the big man Moreno growing up in front of you with the rejection with the left hand. A shortened rotation, and they're starting to see if they can put together a complete game.
Largest lead of the game for Texas. Cam Williams a little bit hobbly on this end of the floor, trying to play through it, defending Simeon Wilcher. That's an errant pass by Tremont Mark, and Sean Miller is heated. Now Mark picks it off, trying to make good on the mistake. First point to the second half for Texas.
And he taps his chest and said, "That's my bad, coach." As he understands the team's got to focus. He's got Cam Williams checking out of the game on injury.
Team that has been ravaged by injury over the course of the year, though Williams has not been one of those injured players. Tonight, again, without Jaden Quaintance for the 4th consecutive game, and no Jalen Lowe the rest of the year. But they do have the SEC preseason player of the year, and he's looked like it again tonight. 8 of them have come in the paint tonight.
And that was excellent right there by Vokatitis on that short roll. He used his eyes to fool the defense, looking off, and then drops it off to Weaver for the slam.
Oway got his own miss, banks it in. 16 for the SEC preseason player of the year.
Both of these teams start to execute very well.
Wilcher off the mark. Texas's three-point shooting has not been good tonight, just 1 for 11. Garrison finds Diabate, full head of steam, counted in the foul. Chance at 3 for the Alabama transfer.
Position, they find him. Vokatitis not able to keep his verticality. Diabate able to switch that ball over to the right hand and finish with the
Kentucky. And again, it's a team that has shot 40% or better, Richard, from 3 during their 3-game win streak coming into the night. This is out of the Mark Pope timeout. Yelovich banks it in, got trapped, used that size to get out of it. That's a 7-0 Texas run. They've had a couple of those tonight. Simeon Wilcher blocked. Moreno now in a foot race. Away! Was fouled by Wilcher. And they may take a look at this one. Yes, our crew chief Doug Shows is going to review the foul on Simeon Wilcher. KB Burdett Jr. just came over to the table and said, upon review, Richard, they determined that he did not make a play on the basketball, and so 2 shots for Kentucky plus the ball after the flagrant 1 upgrade.
And that's going to be a big call on this flagrant run to give Kentucky an opportunity to increase their momentum.
Chandler.
And that's a beautiful job right there by Texas, taking advantage of the mismatch. If you're Kentucky, you have to recognize who's guarding Bocatitis and put a big on a big. Great job on the duck end.
And there's Chandler the other way, playing with a stomach bug. Was not at shoot-around this morning for Kentucky. Gutting it out tonight and getting high fives from his Wildcats teammates. That's a SportsCenter top 10 effort by Dalen Swain, who has a game-high 21.
That's a major league move right there.
We have received word that Cam Williams is out for the remainder of the game with a foot injury. Colin Chandler splashes a 3. Back-to-back buckets for Chandler. Floater is good. Dalen Swain with 26.
That's a beautiful move. It's the balance in which that he plays. He takes his time.
Chandler wide open. That's a 3.
Outstanding recognition by Denzel Aberdeen to spot Colin Chandler wide open in the corner. And he lines it up.
Up ahead to Chandler with the hammer! 20,000 on their feet. Timeout, Sean Miller.
You talk about electric plays. And it's Colin Chandler getting on his horse and taking flight with an outstanding display of athleticism. Number 5 in white right there playing above the rim.
Career high 18 points for Colin Chandler, perhaps having his version of the Jordan flu game. Remember, he missed preseason player of the year with 18. Here he is with a basketball, 10 to shoot. Away, Euro, over the top of Bocatitis, and a foul on the floor against the Longhorns.
Ultimate and ultra level of focus on your box outs.
They average 17.5 fouls per game as Texas. That ranks 245th in the country. Almost shockingly, have outscored Texas from the free throw line. A Longhorns team that leads the nation in foul rate. No field goals in nearly 4 minutes for Kentucky. They've done most of their scoring over that stretch at the free throw line. Aberdeen had it picked. Tremont Mark into the teeth and banks it in.
And a great deceleration there by Tremont Mark, and they're jumping back into pressure. Texas is doing a really good job in that ball screen action with Bocatitis back deep, that the guards are fighting hard over the top.
That just seemed like an unnecessary foul there by Tremont Mark. Wildcats over the last couple of minutes.
Both of these teams have done a really good job at the line.
Trying to get back to their winning ways, riding a 3-game losing streak. That'll follow us right here on the SEC Network. Texas ball.
Ran last time that freed up Bocatitis. Down low.
Mark pull-up jumper. Got it from the elbow.
Tremont Mark's the player that has the ability to hit big shots in the moment, but it's been the offensive set of Texas of running through their stuff to get the clean look. Kentucky will need to convert.
2-point game from Rupp Arena. Less than 50 seconds to play. Almost picked by Swain. Aberdeen resets with 10 to shoot. Defended by Tremont Mark. 5 to shoot. Aberdeen probing. Draws a foul on Bocatitis. What an effort. Artistic. He is 4 of 6 from the line tonight. Makes the first this year in Lexington. 82-78, 26.7 left for Texas. One timeout left for the Horns, 2 for Kentucky. Do you need a 3 if you're Texas?
No, if I'm Texas, take your time. Take the moment to take the 2-pointer. You have a lot of time left in this game for multiple possessions, and you go ahead and go right to the basket, get the easy 2, as Kentucky's trying to run you off the line.
Pope tries a 3 instead. Rims out. Vokatitis had it torn loose by Diabate. You have to foul. And Texas didn't realize it until more time came off the clock. And now just 13 seconds remain. Less than 9 seconds away from their 4th consecutive win.
If I'm Swain, I'm doubling off. Gotta go foul.
Boy, a lot of time came off there. 3.5 seconds.
A lot of time, way too much time.
To 18 from the line tonight. Aberdeen will get 2 shots. Texas has made just 2 threes in the game, both of them by Dalen Swain. He's on the bench with 5 fouls. Jordan Pope with 3. Haves off the mark, and Kentucky, who began SEC play 0-2, has won 4 in a row. For Richard Hendricks, our entire SEC Network crew, Matt Schumacher saying good night from Lexington. We send you to Mississippi State and Texas A&M with Eric Freed and King McClure.